Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
Oh.
Save that for Pornhub.
My name's Arnaz.
And today we're going to go over the anime Godzilla film. Godzilla, Monster Planet. Godzilla, Planet of Monsters.
What is that actually called?
Godzilla, Planet of Monsters? I don't actually know.
This is a great review when we just start straight into the Google.
I thought it was different. I know it was Monster Planet for a while, and I don't know. I was just like, it's Netflix Godzilla, go. But yep, it's up on Netflix now. Finally watched it. Beginning of this review will be spoiler free, and then we will move into spoiler territory.
Sounds fair.
Yep. So for you guys, we will inform you when we start getting into actually spoiling everything for you.
Everyone dies.
No kidding. But yeah, for the movie, overall, I liked it.
It was not bad. Overall, it was not bad. I want to see more. And that's how I decided how the movie was going to be in my mind, if it was going to be good, is I want to find out what happens next. I want to know more.
Yeah, like, the way the movie ends, it kind of makes you go, okay, I need to know more of what's going on.
Yeah.
Makes me want to check out the next one. It's kind of like Berserk in a sense. Like, it always made me like, next way the ending was. I'm like, okay, I kind of got to see how this is going to go. Which, it does a pretty good job at that. Where the movie kind of fails for me a little bit, though, is that at the beginning, it does a ton of world building, which is actually pretty cool. Like, you actually get into kind of like the science fiction mythos of the universe that this is in. Because at the beginning of the movie, they have to leave Earth because over time they start to get attacked by a bunch of different monsters. And what's kind of cool is you see like some monsters from like the Godzilla mythos show up in there. But Big Daddy Godzilla shows up and starts attacking monsters, people, you name it.
Everything
He is
had to go.
indiscriminate in his destruction. So, best course of action, since they couldn't figure out a way to defeat Godzilla, was to leave planet Earth and go search for someplace else. And, of course, they don't find anything, so they have to go back to Earth. And what's cool is, like, they build, during this course of this time, they build a lot of this movie up. At the beginning, I was kind of confused a little. But, like, after, like, 5 minutes, they start getting into everything, what happens in the story, like, stuff they tried to do, and then the reasons why they're going back to Earth is explained pretty well for me. But where the movie kind of fails a little bit is like once you get to Earth, it goes by fast.
Super fast.
Like it's just like bam, we're in the conflict. And I feel like that's the part where it could have like been built on a little bit better for me. Like they get into some like cool ideas.
Should have took a note from Peter Jackson's King Kong and just explored the territory.
Yeah, a little bit. Like this is one of those movies I feel like if it was a little longer, I think this movie could have been perfect. So yeah, it does a great job world building, but once you get to the actual like conflict, it kind of to me feels like it goes really quick. And I would have liked it to maybe like built a little bit more on that. Alright, so real quick, was the action kind of hard to follow for you?
It was odd.
It was very Michael Bay for me. Like it was just like things flying past, explosions, and for something like them fighting something so large, like granted, it's like it seemed like it was fast, but it was also again like first Transformers movie where it was just like colors on the screen. You're trying to match things up with what
it didn't look right.
So yeah, like the combat cool, but very fast paced, hard to follow. World building's cool, but plot gets it takes a bit to get going, and I kind of like that part. And then like once it goes, it goes.
I didn't like the character development in this movie though.
That could have been better. Because one thing I will say is the main character reminds me a lot of Eren from Attack on Titan.
It's just
we'll get into it in a minute.
It's just odd,
but it's very Attack on Godzilla.
And then like the female character is just
felt like kind of like she was supposed to be a love interest, but then like she has like weird modes of herself, and then like it's hard to get into the character part without getting into spoiler territory for me, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seemed like motives and the things I'm supposed to feel for people weren't quite there for
It
this
was
one.
emptiness.
But one thing I will say though, character-wise, and not really character, but the dubbed, I actually like the dubbed.
The dubbed is better.
I actually like. I don't know if it's better.
I played the subbed for about solid 10 minutes, and then I switched to the dub, and I watched the same 10 minutes. I was like, I'll watch the dub.
Yeah, for me, like I'm probably gonna rewatch it in subtitle just because I like having like the original authentic feel. And most Godzilla movies like are generally better subtitled, anyways. But the dubbing I thought was actually better than Shin Godzilla's. Like Shin Godzilla, I kind of feel like I need to watch that subtitled, otherwise it bothers me.
Yeah, well, this is animated, so that's easily fixed.
Yeah, because like the mouths move together, but it's like the main character, like the voice and how he talked to everything didn't annoy me as much as Shin Godzilla. So that was an improvement in that regards, I feel, anyways.
CGI was another thing that
I thought it was really good at points, but like especially having to do with Godzilla, it got kind of sketchy in certain areas.
Yeah, there was few spots, like when he charges the beam,
like some parts it looks cool, like when he's building it up.
Yeah,
But there was like that part where like can't really get into it, but stuff having to do with the environment around Godzilla sometimes seemed weird at times. But for the most part, like the characters' face animations, I actually thought were actually pretty good. And again, like the world's cool that it's in. It's definitely way better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like Berserk animated show CG good for the TV show, anyways, because the movie is actually better. But TV show, it's kind of like, eh. This is actually a decent improvement. Reminds me a lot of like the Starship Troopers animated one.
I never seen that.
It's not bad. And then for the Big G himself, I liked him. Very slow moving, and detail wise, I want to get into more, but again, it'd be kind of spoilery. But pretty much for Godzilla looks okay. The thing that's cool about him is actually his beam. I like his beam's like easily up there with like probably one of the cooler Godzilla beams.
And his range of different attacks too.
Well, it's pretty much the same attack, isn't it? Well,
no.
Well, again, spoilers. But his primary beam. But for his atomic blast, and they even reference it as his atomic blast. If you ever played Halo, it's a Spartan laser.
I hate Halo, so. And
the way they explain it in the movie, and it's not really spoiler, is he pretty much works like a railgun, where he builds up energy and then just bam, it just flies. And it was really cool. So you just get that one little like, kind of like, it's almost like a beam bullet. It just boom, just flies across.
You know what we're gonna have to do, Steve? We're gonna have to do versus with him. Him versus the last 3 top contenders. They might stand a chance. Shin 2014 and Burning.
You know, after watching this, I don't think so.
But we have to.
I don't think they win. What? Definitely not. Oh, I can't. Like Shin's like the weird argument because Shin's like, if it got time, it's like Batman. It's got enough time to prepare. It can beat anybody. But Burning Godzilla, I feel like it's just like all the other Godzilla. It's just quick.
Burning will explode. Give Shin some time.
Sir, again, I can't get into spoilers, but that I don't think works. That argument probably doesn't work.
It was only 150.
Doesn't work. So yeah, the Godzilla's he's cool, definitely, but like he's animation and his appearance, not as cool as the figure was.
Figure definitely made.
I actually think the figure looked way better than what you've seen. So the figure's still like top notch for me right now. So yeah, getting out of the spoiler, I enjoyed it. if you got Netflix, definitely watch it. If you don't have Netflix and you want to, like, if you don't have Netflix,
Pay the $10, get the Netflix, watch it. It's worth it. Cancel Netflix after that if you want. $10.
I almost feel like you could probably wait till it comes on DVD.
Plus, you'll get a free month. First month is always free with Netflix, so.
Plus, like, Netflix has a lot of good shows anyways.
Just cancel it.
Like, they got that toy show now. That show's cool. I watched the Star Wars one. That was actually really interesting. Yeah, if you don't have Netflix, it's worth picking up. Like, even if you like afterwards, if you want to cancel it, you can. But if you already got Netflix, like, just watch it, especially if you're a Godzilla fan. But now moving on to the spoiler heavy section. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so yeah, this movie's very Attack on Godzilla.
It's very violent.
It's more violent than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
For sure.
I like it. I like the violence. I like the beam. Definitely the Godzilla beam. I like the range attack. Like even like when he swings his tail. And
Well, when you get to second Godzilla,
oh,
is he swings his tail, there's a shockwave that comes out of it, and it just obliterates everything because he's so big.
like like I said, his range of attacks for the big guy is just amazing.
Because yes, there's 2 of them, 2 Godzillas in this movie. Because over the course of them doing hyperspace,
Which I'm not getting into. No, that is the most stupidest thing ever.
it's
makes
more
no
realistic
sense. No.
than Star Wars hyperspeed.
No, it makes no sense to me at all. It confuses and enrages me.
Because they go through a wormhole and it's essentially time traveling.
No, it's stupid.
Is what they did.
No.
So when they get there, they're like, "Oh, it's only going to be like 1,000 years," and they're like, "Oh, it's 10,000," and all of a sudden it became 20,000.
No, it's stupid.
And so during the course of the time, the original Godzilla got huge, and he had offspring. And during the course of the movie, they're fighting the offspring. And then I kind of like the concept of having 2 Godzillas. That was the thing that got spoiled for me, though, from people in the comment section of one of the reviews.
You know what I was hoping is there would have been different monsters.
Well, same with the whole year thing. That got spoiled for me, too.
I was hoping there would have been like different monsters there.
Well,
Like,
you saw, like, the servums, I think is what they're called, where they're kind of like things that are in the same family as Godzilla, but not
Yeah.
quite Godzilla.
well, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, maybe like.
You saw Kamacuras at the beginning. There's Kamacuras, Orga, and Hedorah. And then, like, 2 other monsters.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Like, they would have survived along with him somewhere along, Like, maybe they would have flew in and the little Godzilla was fighting one of them,
Well, they kind of explained why there wasn't any more monsters, really. Was because he killed them all.
He just kills everything.
Yeah, well, he as per, like, the religion of the Exians, he's there because humans got too cocky and got too full of themselves, so he showed up and was like, "Hey, how's it going? You ain't the big dogs on this planet."
That's another thing that bugged me about this movie. It was way too religious.
In a sense. The thing that kind of confused me was, like, aliens showed up, but they all look very human. Like,
Humanoid.
the ones were, like, kind of Klingons, but they only had, like, weird hair things.
Yeah.
Was the only way I could really tell. And, like, for half the movie, I thought they were just dudes. And I'm like, oh, they're aliens.
And then there's like the other ones, like.
The Exians are just, like, blonde people.
Yeah.
They're elves.
It was just odd. Like, and then like the character development was just. Oh.
Well, they're tropes. A lot of the characters are just tropes. But most of them, it's hard to get behind the motives because, like, the main character is, again,
Revenge.
Urien from Attack on Titan. He has to kill him some Godzilla. That's the only reason he's here. He needs revenge for his parents.
His parents
Murder.
died. Okay, like I get his motive. His parents died. Big whoop. What is the girl's motive? Oh no, my grandparents were on that ship.
And there might have been a conspiracy, but we don't know. So that was kind of weird. And then, like, the one guy all of a sudden, like, he's the dude's friend, and then he sacrifices himself. But like,
But
I don't
hated
understand.
him.
But he also wanted to take over as the leader for the people because there needs to be new commander. So like, but that amounted to nothing. And yeah, it's just like there was stuff happening to move the plot along, but nothing really there to gravitate me towards like a certain character. Kind of like how it's opposite Shin Godzilla, where there wasn't much character development for the individual characters, but as a group, you cared for them.
Not really.
Anyways. But yeah, like even the plot, it's very, in a sense, kind of reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan. But I think that's just mainly the way the heroes' progression through the story is what it kind of reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah.
But again, like the beginning, like the world building's cool where they have to like leave, but the aliens try to help, and they try to help by making a Mecha Godzilla.
Which I was super excited when I seen that. I was like, yeah. Oh.
But they didn't make it in time, and Godzilla showed up. Which supposedly the sequel is them trying to use Mecha Godzilla to combat him.
And then his weak spot was the weirdest thing ever.
It was a dorsal spine.
His dorsal spine. Ooh, no. I still like the movie though. As much as
I still like the movie.
As much as I'm complaining.
Because again, like I like the idea of the movie where like Godzilla's the big bad guy.
Yeah.
They're trying to actually like kill him. They kill him in a different way, which is cool.
You make him explode from the inside out.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a different premise. They don't really explain well that he's like made out of like the earth. The only thing that's weird about him is he has like that EMP shield.
Which definitely we're gonna do a versus, see if anything can beat him.
I don't think so. Like that, he's pretty OP. And it's like the only reason they beat him is because they found the frequency when they could attack and weaken the shield at that point. Like it was the time the shield was the weakest.
Yeah, it's like a 10-second window opportunity or something like that. It's like
yeah, it's like you got about like every like 30 seconds there's like a second or two that they can attack. Yeah, I like how like Godzilla kind of assimilated Earth too, wasn't it? Because the way they explained it sort of ties in to the name of the movie.
The entire planet is Godzilla, pretty much,
or at least that area, because they had to take out the forest in order to clear up the clouds in order to communicate with the ship in space, because they couldn't even really communicate well between each other.
So the way they did it, they Nate bomb it.
I was gonna say that might be what they do, but at the end of the movie, it looks pretty dire. And the end of the movie again just ends like how Godzilla crushes the army, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and the movie ends.
Yeah, like I said, everyone dies pretty much.
Well, no, they have to come. Like they gotta make back Godzilla.
Yeah,
but yeah, you find people who have been there for 20,000 years still.
Yeah, the end scene.
Where you like find a little native girl, which like you kind of
see her
early on, but you don't know if that's like a monster or something. But you get like the glimpse of there's other things there that are paying attention to the people that came there, which that's actually kind of cool. Though I want to make a clip or somebody could take this idea, is because initially when I saw that I'm like, when he's like looking around there like. I was just like, let it be Minya. Let it be Minya. He just like wakes up and looks over and just, hello there! And the movie ends.
Kill it with fire.
Millions of dollars right there. All the views. That's what I was waiting for. That would have been awesome.
We're going to have to do that alternative ending to Godzilla Planet.
Need to.
Minya appearance. Hello there!
Oh, that would have been... Just icing. That movie, 10 out of 10. I have no more complaints about the plot or anything. So yeah, like overall, after all is said and done, I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah,
like it's a fun movie, but again, it's just I think it could have been a little bit longer to help to get more into Earth a little bit more.
That's the one scenario where I say add 20 minutes to it,
because I feel like Godzilla came really quick. And like after like he shows up, it's just like felt like I was kind of rushed in that scenario. But like everything up until that point was actually really cool, which is why I'm actually excited for the next one to see how it builds more upon this world. Because again, for a Godzilla movie, it's really unique, and even especially since the animation isn't that bad either. Because I thought that was gonna be like when I first seen that.
Just a few like
I was more
incidents with the CGI, but everything else besides that was fine.
like, to be honest, I was more impressed with this movie than I thought I was going to be, because I thought this was probably just going to be a pile once I saw how everything was going. But after watching it, there's definitely a lot here to like, more so than the hate. So I give it like a 7 out of 10.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, as much as I'm complaining, I'm complaining because I actually liked the movie, you know?
Cause like I definitely Shin Godzilla's way better. Way better. But for the most of the Millennium series,
I don't know about those meetings.
I enjoyed the meetings. They made me laugh.
God.
But they're way better than the prequel meetings for Star Wars.
Garbage.
Anyways, but for like, I enjoyed it more than a lot of the Millennium films. I'll say that. Not Heisei. Heisei's pretty safe.
It was alright.
But what did you guys think of Godzilla Planet of the Monsters? Please let us know in the comment section below. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.